Chapter 1. The night everything ended, I smell disinfectant first. Then I hear the beeping of machines keeping me alive. My eyes feel heavy when I try to open them. The hospital room is white and cold. There are tubes in my arms and a mask over my face. Every breath hurts. I try to remember how I got here. Working late again. Skipping meals. Staying up all night to finish projects. All to prove I was strong enough, good enough, worth loving. The door opens. I hear familiar voices, but they sound distant. How much longer? My mother asks someone. The neighbors are starting to ask questions. My father's voice is quiet. The doctor said it could be any time now. I want to call out to them, but I can't move. I can barely breathe. Then I hear the voices that break my heart completely. Is she awake? Zhang Wei asks. His voice sounds tired, not sad. I don't think so, Lin Mei answers. My younger sister, the one I've protected and loved my whole life. They move closer to my bed. Through my barely open eyes, I see them holding hands. Lin Mei leans down close to my ear. Her voice is so soft that only I can hear it. Once she's gone, we won't have to pretend to feel guilty anymore. The words hit me like ice water. I want to scream, but my body won't respond. Zhang Wei sighs. She always made things so complicated. You make everything simple, Mei. That's what I needed. I know, Lin Mei whispers back. She was always so intense, so demanding. I never asked for anything. That's what I love about you. Love. He loves her. The word I begged to hear from him for 3 years, given so easily to my sister. My mother speaks again from across the room. This is so embarrassing. What will people say? A daughter who worked herself to death over a simple breakup. She always was too dramatic, Lin Mei says, loud enough for everyone to hear. Too emotional about everything. I wait for someone to defend me, to say something kind, to hold my hand. No one does. The heart monitor starts beeping faster. I can feel myself slipping away. The room gets darker at the edges. In this moment, everything becomes clear. I wasted my entire life trying to earn love that was never real. I sacrificed everything for people who saw me as nothing more than an obstacle. If I could live again, I think desperately, I would let them have each other from the beginning. I would save myself instead of trying to save a love that was never mine. The beeping becomes one long, steady sound. She's gone, someone says. Everything goes black. Chapter 2. Back to the beginning before continuing to the next chapter. Please subscribe, like, and comment below. Which part shocked you the most? Let me know. I wake up gasping for air. I sit up fast, expecting to see hospital walls. Instead, I see my old bedroom ceiling with the crack that looks like a tree branch. My hands fly to my chest, my arms, my face. The skin is smooth and young. No needle marks. No tubes. I feel strong and healthy. What's happening? I whisper. I grab my phone from the nightstand. The date makes me freeze. 3 years ago. The day before Zhang Wei was supposed to propose. I stare at the screen, my heart pounding. I remember dying in that hospital. I remember their voices, their relief that I was gone. But I also remember living this day before. This was the night Lin Mei came to me crying, saying she'd fallen in love with Zhang Wei. I spent hours comforting her, promising to work things out. I was so stupid. I remember every detail now. How she manipulated me with tears. How Zhang Wei looked relieved when I suggested he think about what would make him happy. How I fought for months to keep a man who was already gone. This time will be different. I pick up my phone and call Wang Jing. She was my best friend then, and the only person who told me the truth. You? It's late. What's wrong? She answers. Jing, I need to ask you something important. If someone you loved was torn between you and someone else, would you fight for them? What? Where is this coming from? Just answer me, please. Hell no, she says immediately. If they're torn, they've already chosen. They're just too coward to admit it. I'd save myself the embarrassment and walk away. Why? I smile for the first time in either life. You're absolutely right. What's going on? I'm just figuring some things out. I'll call you tomorrow. Okay, but you're worrying me. Don't worry. For the first time in a long time, I know exactly what I'm doing. I hang up and look at myself in the mirror. The woman staring back looks young and alive. But her eyes are different now. They're older, wiser, colder. I open my laptop and start researching career opportunities, professional courses, investment strategies. All the things I ignored in my past life because I was too busy being the perfect girlfriend. Around midnight, my phone buzzes. A text from Lynn May. Sister, can I come over tomorrow? I need to talk to you about something important. In my past life, I dropped everything to comfort her. This time, I type back, I'm busy tomorrow. Maybe next week. Her response comes fast. But it's really important. Please. Next week, May. I have a lot going on. I turn off my phone and go back to my research. The old Lin Yu died in a hospital bed, unloved and forgotten. The new Lin Yu is going to live for herself. Tomorrow, Zhang Wei will come with flowers and nervous smiles. In my past life, he didn't propose. Instead, he asked for time to think. That time destroyed me. Tomorrow, I'm going to save us both the trouble. Tomorrow, I choose myself. Chapter 3. The proposal that never came. Zhang Wei arrives at exactly 7 o'clock, just like I remember. He's wearing the blue shirt I bought him, carrying white roses. Hey, beautiful, he says, leaning in to kiss me. I turn my head so he kisses my cheek instead. I see the confusion in his eyes. Come in, I say, taking the flowers. I'll put these in water. In the kitchen, I arrange the roses slowly. I can hear him in the living room, probably checking his phone. In my past life, I was so nervous I could barely breathe. I thought this was the night he'd propose. What a waste of energy that was. I carry the vase to the living room and sit in the chair across from him, not beside him on the couch. He notices. Is everything okay? You seem different. Wei, we need to talk. His face goes pale. Those words never mean anything good. What's wrong? He asks. I know about Lin Mei. All the color drains from his face. I can explain. You don't need to explain anything. I can see it in your eyes when you look at her. I saw it at dinner last week, at her birthday party, even at our anniversary. That's not, I don't. He's stumbling over his words. Wei, stop. I'm not stupid. You have feelings for my sister. Maybe you've had them for a while, maybe they're new. It doesn't matter. He stands up, moving toward me. You're wrong. Yes. Lin Mei is sweet and beautiful, but you're the one I love. Love? Or feel obligated to love? I ask, meeting his eyes. He freezes. What? There's a difference, Wei. Do you love me because you genuinely want to be with me? Or because we've been together for 3 years and breaking up would be messy? Of course I love you. Why would you question that? Because when you look at her, your face lights up. When you look at me, you look comfortable, safe, settled. He sits back down, running his hands through his hair. This is crazy. Where is this coming from? It's coming from me finally being honest with myself. And I'm giving you permission to be honest too. I am being honest. Then answer me this. If Lin Mei and I were both in danger, and you could only save one of us, who would you save? The silence that follows tells me everything. He opens his mouth, closes it, opens it again. The fact that he can't immediately say my name is my answer. I thought so. I say quietly. It's not that simple. It is that simple. You're torn. You're conflicted. You want to do the right thing, but you're not sure what that is. What do you want me to say? I want you to be honest. You have feelings for Lin Mei, real feelings. And you're staying with me out of habit, out of obligation, out of fear of being the bad guy. That's not true, isn't it? Wei, when was the last time you couldn't wait to see me? When was the last time being with me felt like a choice instead of a responsibility? He's quiet, and I can see the truth all over his face. He looks relieved that I'm saying what he's been thinking. I'm not angry, Wei. I continue. I'm grateful. You've shown me that I deserve someone who chooses me first, without hesitation, without comparison. You, what are you saying? I stand up. I'm saying I'm ending this. I'm not going to beg you to stay. I'm not going to fight for someone who isn't sure they want to be fought for. You can't be serious. I've never been more serious. Wei, go to Lin Mei. Be happy. I mean it. He stares at me like I've grown a second head. But we've been together for 3 years. We were talking about marriage. We were talking about it. But were you excited about it? Or just going through the motions? He doesn't answer, which is answer enough. Go, I say, walking to the door. You're free. He leaves without looking back. He looks relieved. Good. Let him enjoy that relief while it lasts. Chapter 4. The family dinner revelation. The family dinner happens 1 week later. My mother insisted we all come to discuss important family matters. I arrive wearing a red dress, bold and confident. Not the soft pastels I used to wear to please everyone else. You're here, my mother says, but her smile looks nervous. Everyone's in the dining room. Everyone means Zhang Wei is here too. I walk in with my head high. Lin Mei sits next to Zhang Wei, her hand close to his on the table. She looks beautiful and innocent in a pink dress. Zhang Wei looks uncomfortable. My father sits at the head of the table, reading his newspaper, pretending not to notice the tension. Sit down, you, my mother says, pointing to the chair across from them. I sit calmly, folding my hands in my lap. So, my mother begins. We're here because there's something important we need to discuss as a family. I know why we're here, Mom. Lin Mei and Zhang Wei want to be together. Lin Mei's eyes go wide. She was expecting a different conversation. One where she got to play the reluctant confessor, torn between love and loyalty. She starts. It's okay, Mei. Really? It is. Zhang Wei asks, uncertain. Yes, I already told Zhang Wei last week that I'm ending our relationship. If you two want to be together, you should be. The room goes silent. This isn't the script anyone expected. Are you sure? My mother asks, though I can see relief in her eyes. She's always preferred Lin Mei. I'm certain. In fact, I think Wei and Lin Mei make a wonderful couple. They have so much in common. Lin Mei looks panicked. Sister, I would never deliberately. It's okay, Mei. I'm not angry. I want you both to be happy. Zhang Wei stares at me with confusion and something that looks like disappointment. He seems almost insulted that I'm giving him away so easily. Well, my mother says, brightening, this is wonderful. I was worried there would be drama, but you're being so mature, you. Mature. She's proud of me for giving up without a fight. I'm just being realistic, Mom. Why would I want to be with someone who has feelings for someone else? My father finally speaks. That's very wise, daughter. Thank you, Dad. Lin Mei fidgets with her napkin, looking distressed. I don't understand. Why are you being so okay with this? Because I finally realized something important, Mei. I deserve someone who chooses me without hesitation. Someone who doesn't need to compare me to anyone else. But Zhang Wei does, she starts. No, he doesn't. And that's okay. Not everyone is meant to be together. Zhang Wei flinches when I say this. So what now? My mother asks. Now I focus on my career. Director Liu at my company has mentioned some exciting opportunities. We eat dinner making small talk. I watch Lin Mei and Zhang Wei throughout the meal. They barely look at each other. There are no secret smiles, no stolen glances. They look like two people who've been caught doing something wrong. Not like two people in love. I realized they needed me to fight to make their love story meaningful. Without my resistance, they're just two people who chose the selfish path. After dinner, as I'm leaving, Zhang Wei follows me outside. Why didn't you fight for me? He asks. I look at him clearly for the first time. If you loved me, I wouldn't have needed to fight. Did you ever really love me? I loved you enough to let you go. But that wasn't love, Wei. That was desperation. I don't need to be desperate anymore. I get in my car and drive away, leaving him standing there looking lost. Good. Let him figure it out. Chapter 5. The new life begins. 3 months pass like a breath of fresh air. At first, people call constantly. My mother worries about my reputation. My aunts ask if I'm okay. Lin Mei calls crying, asking if I hate her. I give them all the same answer. I'm fine. Better than fine. Then I focus on building a life that has nothing to do with any of them. I quit my old job at the small accounting firm and apply to a tech startup called Horizon. In my past life, I was too scared to take risks. I needed stability to support Zhang Wei's failing business ventures. Now, I only need to support myself. You're hired, Director Liu says after my interview. He's a stern man in his 40s, known for being hard to please. You have something in your eyes, Lin Yu, like you know exactly what you want. I do, I reply. I want to build something that's mine. I throw myself into work, but not like before. I don't work to please others or prove my worth. I work because I love the challenge. I set boundaries. I leave at reasonable hours. I take lunch breaks. For the first time in years, I feel alive. One evening, I'm at a coffee shop working on a presentation when someone approaches my table. Lin Yu? I thought that was you. I look up to see Chun Ming, Zhang Wei's old college friend. In my past life, I barely noticed him. He was always the quiet one in the background. Now I see him clearly. He's tall with intelligent eyes and a thoughtful expression. He looks genuinely surprised to see me. Chun Ming. Hi. Mind if I sit? I promise I'm not here to talk about Zhang Wei. I gesture to the empty chair. Please. He orders coffee and sits down. You look different. Happier. Everyone keeps saying that. Maybe because you finally stopped trying to be someone else's version of perfect. His words hit deep. That's very perceptive. I watched you and Zhang Wei for years. You were always trying so hard, always accommodating, always shrinking yourself to fit into his life. It was painful to watch. Why didn't you say anything? Would you have listened? Probably not. He smiles. Some lessons we have to learn ourselves. We talk for over an hour about business, books, life. It's easy conversation, no hidden tests, no eggshells to walk on. I should go, he says finally, checking his watch. But would you like to have dinner sometime? Just as friends. I find your perspective refreshing. In my past life, I would have said no immediately, worried about what Zhang Wei would think. Now I smile. I'd like that. Great. I'll call you. As I walk home, I realize I haven't thought about Zhang Wei romantically once during our conversation. The spell is completely broken. 3 weeks later, Wang Jing calls with gossip. Have you heard about Zhang Wei? She asks excitedly. What about him? His business is struggling. He lost a major client. And apparently, Lin Mei isn't handling the stress well. She keeps buying expensive things they can't afford. I sip my tea calmly. That's unfortunate. Unfortunate? This is karma. Aren't you satisfied? I'm too busy being happy to think about their problems. I say honestly. My life is good, Jing. Really good. And it's true. My career is taking off. Chun Ming and I have been on several dates. Real dates where we talk about everything and laugh until our sides hurt. I'm sleeping better, eating better, thinking more clearly. You really are over him, Jing says, amazed. Completely. I finally understand the difference between love and addiction. What I felt for Zhang Wei was addiction, needing someone who was bad for me. What I'm building now is so much healthier. That evening, my phone rings. It's Zhang Wei. You, he says, his voice strained. Can we meet? I need to talk to someone who understands me. In my past life, I would have dropped everything. Now I pause. I don't think that's appropriate, Wei. You have Lin Mei for support. Lin Mei doesn't listen the way you did. The way I did. Past tense. I'm sorry you're struggling, but I'm not your solution anymore. But what if I made the wrong choice? There it is. The question I died waiting to hear. Now it just sounds pathetic. Then you'll have to live with it just like I lived with being your second choice. Goodbye, Wei. I hang up and immediately call Chun Ming. Are you free tonight? I want to cook dinner for you. That sounds perfect, he says warmly. Life is for the living, and I'm finally truly alive. Chapter 6. Cracks in the perfect romance. Lin May's engagement party is everything she dreamed of. Expensive, beautiful, and full of envious friends. I arrive with Chun Ming as my date. We've been seeing each other for 2 months now, and it feels natural, easy. He's wearing a sharp black suit, and I'm in a midnight blue dress that makes me feel powerful. You look stunning, he says as we walk into the hotel ballroom. Thank you. You clean up pretty well yourself. The room is decorated with white roses and twinkling lights. There's a champagne fountain and a cake that probably costs more than most people's rent. When we enter, heads turn. I hear whispers. That's her, the ex. Is that Chun Ming with her? Lin May approaches us, holding Zhang Wei's arm. She looks perfect in a white dress, but there's something brittle about her smile. Sister, you came, she says, and you brought Chun Ming. How nice. Congratulations, May. The party is beautiful. Her gaze slides to Chun Ming, then back to me. You two look close. We're friends, I say simply. Good friends. Zhang Wei finally speaks. You look well. I am well, Wei. Very well. Congratulations on your engagement. His eyes move between Chun Ming and me, and I see something like jealousy flash across his face. We should go mingle, I say. Enjoy your party. As we walk away, Chun Ming leans close. That was awkward. Which part? All of it. She looked like she was hoping you'd make a scene. I'm done giving people the reactions they expect. We find a quiet corner and watch the party. Zhang Wei keeps glancing our way throughout the evening. He looks stressed, distracted. Later, I step outside for air. Zhang Wei follows me. Why are you so calm? He asks. I expected you to be sad, angry, something. I was all of those things already. You just weren't there to see it. Do you really feel nothing seeing us together? I think about it. I feel relief that it's not my problem anymore. I didn't mean to hurt you. You keep saying that. Maybe stop saying it and just accept that you did. He looks frustrated. You're so cold now. No. I'm just done bleeding for people who wouldn't bring me a bandage. We stand in silence. There was a time when you looked at me like I was your whole world, he says quietly. I remember. I'm glad that time is over. And now? How do you see me? I study his face. I see you as a man who wanted the easier option. That's all. His mouth opens, then closes. Enjoy your party, Wei. I walk back inside before he can respond. Later, as Chun Ming and I are leaving, I hear voices from a hallway. Zhang Wei and Lin May arguing. You've been staring at her all night. Lin May snaps. Do you still like her? It's not that. I just didn't expect her to be so happy. So free. Well, she is. And you're with me now, so act like it. Chun Ming and I exchange glances and keep walking. In the car, he asks, how do you feel? Light, I say. Like I'm finally living my own life instead of trying to fit into someone else's. That's exactly how it should feel. We drive home in comfortable silence. And I realize I haven't thought about Zhang Wei romantically once tonight. The spell isn't just broken, it never existed in the first place. Chapter 7. The downward spiral begins 6 months after their engagement. The cracks start showing. Wang Jing brings me the latest gossip over lunch. Zhang Wei's business is in serious trouble. He lost 3 major clients this month. And Lin May is not handling it well. I take a bite of my salad. That's unfortunate. Unfortunate? This is karma in action. Aren't you even a little satisfied? I'm too busy being happy to waste energy on satisfaction. My life is good, Jing. Really good. And it's true. My career has exploded in ways I never imagined. Director Liu promoted me to senior project manager last month. Chun Ming and I moved in together. Our apartment is filled with laughter, books, and mutual respect. You really don't care anymore? Jing says, amazed. I care about myself now. That's enough. My phone buzzes. A text from Zhang Wei. You? Can we meet? I need advice from someone who understands business. I stare at the message. In my past life, I would have dropped everything to help him. I type back, I don't think that's appropriate. You have Lin Mei and your business partners for advice. His response comes immediately. Lin Mei doesn't understand. She just complains about money. You always knew how to help. The desperation in his message is clear. I type, I'm not your solution anymore, Wei. You made your choice. But what if I made the wrong choice? There it is again. The question that would have sent the old me running back to him. Now it just sounds pathetic. Then you'll have to live with it. Goodbye. I block his number and call Chun Ming. Want to cook dinner together tonight? Ask. Always, he says warmly. I'll pick up groceries on my way home. That evening, as we're making pasta together, Chun Ming tells me about his day. We talk about everything. His new consulting project, my upcoming presentation, our weekend plans. It's easy, natural conversation between equals. I love this. I say, watching him chop vegetables. Cooking. This. The way we talk to each other. The way you listen when I have ideas. The way you support my ambitions instead of seeing them as competition. He stops chopping and looks at me. That's how it should be, you. That's how love should feel. Is that what this is? I ask softly. Love. For me, yes. I'm in love with you, Lin. You have been for weeks. My eyes fill with tears. I think I'm in love with you too. And that terrifies me. Why? Because the last time I loved someone, it destroyed me. He sets down the knife and takes my hands. I'm not Zhang Wei. I won't make you compete for my attention. I won't make you feel like you have to earn my love. You already have it. How do I know that? Because I'm choosing you. Not because you're convenient, not because I'm settling. I'm choosing you because you're exactly who I want. I kiss him then, tasting salt from my own tears. Later, my phone rings. It's Lin Mei. Did Zhang Wei contact you today? She asks without greeting. Yes. I told him I couldn't help. Good. He's been talking about you constantly. It's driving me crazy. That's between you and him, Mei. I know. But, do you ever regret it? Giving him up? No. Not even for a second. Really? Because sometimes I think about how different things would be if I hadn't. If we hadn't dash. If you hadn't gone after my boyfriend. Silence. Mei, you got what you wanted. What you do with it now is your responsibility. But he's not what I thought he'd be. He's moody and distant and always comparing me to you. Then talk to him about it instead of calling me. You're right. I'm sorry. I hang up feeling nothing but relief. I'm done being everyone's emotional support system. The next morning, Wang Jing calls with more news. They're fighting constantly now. My cousin saw them at a restaurant last night screaming at each other. Apparently, Lin Mei bought a designer bag they couldn't afford, and Zhang Wei lost it. People fight. I say, focused on my morning routine. This is different. They're destroying each other, you. And the best part? It has nothing to do with you. You're just living your life while they implode. I smile. That's exactly how I want it. Chapter 8. The confrontation 1 year after giving Zhang Wei to my sister. Lin Mei shows up at my apartment unannounced. It's Saturday morning. Chun Ming and I are making breakfast, planning to spend the day hiking. The doorbell rings, and I open it to find my sister standing there. She looks terrible. Dark circles under her eyes, hair messy, clothes wrinkled. This isn't the perfectly put-together sister I remember. We need to talk, she demands, pushing past me. Good morning to you too, Mei. She stops when she sees Chun Ming in the kitchen, wearing one of my oversized shirts and flipping pancakes. You have company. I do. Chun Ming. You remember my sister? Of course. Good morning, Lin Mei. His tone is polite but cool. I'll get dressed and give you privacy, he says, reading the room. Once he's gone, I pour tea and sit on the couch. What do you want, Mei? She paces back and forth. You did this on purpose. Did what? You gave him to me knowing he would be miserable. You cursed us. I almost laugh. Mei, I didn't curse you. I simply stopped fighting for someone who didn't want to be fought for. But you knew it would fall apart. I knew that a relationship built on betrayal wouldn't last. That's not a curse. That's common sense. She stops pacing and stares at me. You were supposed to fight. You were supposed to make it difficult. That's how these things work. And there it is, the truth she can't face. She needed me to be the villain to make their love story meaningful. I'm not responsible for your happiness, Lin Mei. But you're my sister. And I was your sister when you went after my boyfriend. She sinks into a chair, deflated. He compares everything I do to you. How you organized his schedule, how you remembered important dates, how you never complained when he worked late. I can't be you. Then don't be. Be yourself. That's who he chose. He chose the idea of me, the fantasy. And whose fault is that? She looks at me with something like hatred. You've changed. You used to care about family. I used to care about making everyone happy except myself. That person died, May. So this is revenge? No, May. I'm happy because I finally chose myself. Your misery has nothing to do with me. She starts crying, real tears this time. I don't know what to do. Nothing I do is ever good enough for him. Then leave him. She looks shocked. What? If you're both miserable, leave. You're not married yet. But what will people say? Mom will be disappointed. All the money we spent. So you're staying because you're worried about appearances? About disappointing Mom? It's not that simple. It is that simple. You're just too proud to admit you made a mistake. Chen Ming emerges from the bedroom, fully dressed. Everything okay? Lin Mei was just leaving. I say standing. She looks between us bitterly. You really don't care at all, do you? I care about myself, Mei. I care about my happiness. If that makes me selfish in your eyes, I can live with that. She walks to the door, then turns back. Mom is disappointed in you. She says you've become cold. Mom is disappointed because I'm not playing the role she assigned me anymore. I'm not the dutiful daughter who sacrifices everything for everyone else's happiness. Lin Mei leaves, slamming the door. Chun Ming wraps his arms around me. You okay? I'm perfect. Absolutely perfect. You handled that well. I handled it honestly. That's all I can do. We spend the day hiking, talking, laughing. Not once do I think about Lin Mei or Zhang Wei. I'm too busy being happy. That evening, as we watch the sunset from a mountain overlook, Chun Ming says, I've been thinking. About what? About us. About how I can't imagine my life without you. He pulls out a small velvet box. I know it's only been 8 months. Some people will say it's too soon. But I know I want to spend my life with you. Lin Yu, will you marry me? I stare at the ring, simple, elegant, perfect. Just like him. Yes, I say, tears streaming down my face. Yes, absolutely yes. He slides the ring onto my finger, and we kiss as the sun sets. In my past life, I died waiting for this moment with Zhang Wei. In this life, I'm getting it with someone who deserves me. Chapter 9. Full circle 2 years after my rebirth, I stand in Grandma Lin's hospital room. She's the only family member who ever truly loved me, and she's dying. Child, she whispers, do you have any regrets? I think about my 2 lives, the first one wasted on people who didn't value me, the second one built on self-respect and genuine love. No, Grandma. No regrets. And Zhang Wei? Lin Mei. I heard they divorced 6 months ago. Zhang Wei's business failed completely, and Lin Mei left him for someone wealthier. They destroyed each other exactly as I knew they would. They made their choices, Grandma. I made mine. She smiles. Good girl. You finally learned to choose yourself. She passes away that night, peacefully. At her funeral, I see my family clearly. My parents still worried about appearances. Lin Mei with her new rich boyfriend, looking hollow despite her expensive dress. Zhang Wei in the back, alone and aged beyond his years. Chun Ming stands beside me, solid and real. We're getting married next month. A small ceremony with people who actually love us. After the service, Zhang Wei approaches me. I'm sorry. For everything. I was wrong. I look at him and see a stranger. I know you were Wei, but I'm not sorry anymore. Not sorry. Everything that happened led me here. To this life, to this happiness. I wouldn't change a thing. He looks at Chun Ming, then back at me. He's good to you? He chooses me every day, without hesitation. That's what love should be. I didn't know that when I had you. I know. But that's not my problem anymore. He walks away, and I feel nothing but peace. Lin Mei approaches next. I'm sorry about Grandma. Thank you. She always liked you best. She loved us both. She just didn't enable me the way she enabled you. Lin Mei looks like she wants to argue, but her boyfriend calls her name impatiently. I have to go, she says. Goodbye, Mei. As she walks away, I realize this might be our last real conversation. We're strangers now in every way that matters. That evening, Chun Ming and I are making dinner when my mother calls about Grandma's will. She left you the house and most of her savings, my mother says. She said you were the only one who learned to choose yourself. After she hangs up, I show Chun Ming Grandma's letter. My dearest you, I'm proud of the woman you've become. The strong, independent woman who finally learned to say no. Live well, love well, be happy. Your grandma. We could keep the house, Chun Ming says thoughtfully. Raise our family there. Our family. He smiles. Someday, if you want. I want everything with you. 3 months later, we get married in Grandma's garden. It's small and perfect, just close friends and the family members who matter. As we dance our first dance, I think about my past life. About dying alone, unloved. About wasting years trying to earn love from people who would never give it. And I think about this life. About choosing myself. About finding real love with someone who deserves me. What are you thinking about? Chun Ming asks. About second chances. About how grateful I am for the chance to rewrite my story. I'm glad you did. Otherwise, I might never have found you. We were meant to find each other. Maybe. But I'm glad it happened when it did. As the song ends, I look around at the people who actually love me, at the life I've built, at the future stretching ahead. The greatest revenge isn't hurting those who hurt you. It's becoming so happy that their regret becomes irrelevant. Zhang Wei and Lin Mei destroyed each other, just as I knew they would. And me? I'm free. I'm happy. I'm loved. And I have no regrets. Not a single one.